Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli, and thank you for joining my channel. If you are new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Thank you to all of my Patreons and those who use my link to buy their own Tesla. Got a whole bunch of free supercharging miles. And as you see today, I'm not the driver, and we have a new driver, and that's my oldest son, my 19-year-old Jesse, and he is a student in Maryland University
of Maryland.
Like I said, University of Maryland, and he's driving the Tesla for the first time. I finally caved and I let him drive it. So he's going to tell us what his impression. Jesse, what's your impression? First impression.
Well, I thought the Volt was the coolest car in the world, and then I drove this and I realized the Volt was Volt was trash compared to this. This is like being in like a spaceship. And I like how it doesn't have keys or an ignition or anything. You can just kind of hop in and hop out. It's pretty convenient. It's obviously super safe, super technologically advanced. The one thing I don't like is when I'm following you, when you're telling me to go somewhere and I'm following you behind a car, the regenerative stopping, it's when it like happens and it's like really strong, it acts as like you're braking, but the brake lights don't actually come on.
Is that true? We need to test that, okay? You know what?
That's what I remember, because I remember you going into a turn and you slowed down significantly, and I could tell you weren't pressing the brake, but your car slowed down so significantly, it was as if you're braking, and the brake lights didn't come on. So I had to, it took me another second to react.
Okay, so we're gonna test that. We're gonna do a video on that, okay? But so what do you notice? What's your
it's super smooth, which is cool. Obviously it doesn't make any noise, which is awesome. I had to drive the Volt to Central Jersey, which was really far away, and I went gas the entire way, and it really took the experience out of it. So I think having this as like a long range fully electric car really adds to the experience. The steering wheel is really sensitive, so you don't really need to pull it that hard. I'm barely touching it right now, and it's making a full turn, so that's cool.
Now that's a good time to test this. We're going down a hill, and you very little.
I'm not even touching the brake.
It's a very sharp hill. So how do you find the aggressive regenerative braking?
I think it's cool once you get used to it. It's a little hard. It's good to going down a hill, but I'd say it's definitely harder to control when you're, say, in traffic and you need to brake a lot.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to get used to it pretty quickly.
Okay.
But I have yet to actually have to drive this car in traffic. So, it's just when you're driving, sometimes I notice it too, because you don't know when to really slam the brakes or whether to let the car do it or not.
Right. But you get used to it quickly. It took me a little time. Now, you rode this car many times with me on our long trips, and as a passenger, you play a lot with the screen. So what you take on the screen?
Yeah, when you first got this car, when you were telling me how technologically advanced it was, I thought it was gonna have a million buttons, like a spaceship or whatever, or like an airplane or something. There was gonna be 50. I noticed even with the Volt, I have to press 15 buttons before I can actually start driving, but the reality is it's really just one screen and the two knobs on the steering wheel, and that's really all you need. So I'd say it makes it a lot more user friendly, especially for people who don't know a lot about cars and aren't too technologically savvy. The excuse that it's too complicated, it's too much to learn. It really doesn't make any sense, because if you can use an iPhone, you can use a Tesla pretty much.
Now, what do you think about the voice command?
It's cool. I definitely have, there's plenty of software out there that has voice command, or TV even, any smartphone that you have. So it's definitely not it wasn't astounding to me, because it wasn't a brand new thing that I had never had before. I'm definitely more astounded by the music selection, and that you can really listen to whatever you want, which is cool. But I'd say that's probably the best part that I've noticed so far, is that it's so technologically friendly.
Left here and then. Okay, and so my guess is for your generation, who is used to You know what, Jesse? Let's go straight because I want you to test the acceleration. So take off we can go straight. So when the light turns to green, you know, it's not a fast road, but just take a little push.
I know how to go fast. Don't worry about it.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right. So one thing that a lot of people who drive this car for the first time talk about how minimalistic this is. Like there is really not much. So there you go. He's pressing on the. Oh my God. How does it feel?
Feels. I don't know. I mean, I want to test this on a real open road. Maybe
Okay.
we'll go to an empty parking lot and
All right.
and really
We'll do
test the
it. But it does stick you to the back seat. Anyway, so what do you think about the car being so minimalistic? Like there's rare.
I mean, I again, like I think it's a marketing strategy in the sense that, you know,
left on
this really isn't to like exclude like an older generation or whatever. Like this, you know, like I mean, even for someone like you who, you know, is definitely like I mean, you know a lot about cars and the Tesla and stuff like that too, but I think it's just a known thing that it's harder for, you know, older people to adapt to new technologies and stuff like that or accept it. And I think Tesla, the people there definitely want to make this accessible for everybody.
So you like how's the visibility compared to the Volt?
Like outside
both
of the
front
windshield?
and
Well, the rear camera I just noticed it's actually is way wider. I feel like, you know, you can definitely like
the
Volt,
reverse when you put the reverse.
Yeah, with the Volt I have to look in the camera, but I also have to look behind me. With this I really don't have to.
What about the
what?
when you look
the
at
rear
the
view mirror?
yeah.
It's not awesome for me. I really can't see anything out of it right now. I don't know if it's the way that I'm positioned or the way the mirror's positioned. Yeah. I mean, even in the other cars, I don't typically use it unless it's like huge. I don't think it serves like a huge purpose right now.
So what do you use? The like side mirror?
I use the side mirrors. I use, you know, the cameras when I'm backing up.
I see.
But yeah, the visibility at the front I noticed also is much clearer.
Much clearer. Yeah. Much clearer. All right. What else? Anything else? What's your overall impression?
It's a great car, and I don't think it. I really don't. I hear a lot of my friends too, and I talk about this to people my age. You know, it's like, well, I don't really want to like learn how to use this new car. I don't really want to like adapt to it. But honestly, if you learned how to drive, then I mean, this is not a hard car to like pick up.
Very easy to drive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, very easy. Okay, my firstborn son. Okay, guys, if you have any questions for Jesse, he would be happy to answer. Just pick a spot here. Just go here, right here. It's fine. We are at the train station picking up my 16-year-old son who's coming from a trip, and he's going to drive the Tesla this week, and he promised to do a video with me, even though he doesn't like it, but that's okay. So thank you, Jesse. Thank you. And if you have any questions, put it down below in the comments. And what do we say, Jesse? Help me.
You got it.
I got it. My electric car. This is the most I get. I'm very thankful. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.